Welcome to IAH 241E, Creativity and Social Entrepreneurship. In this class, which officially starts on Tuesday, July 6th, we're going to be exploring social entrepreneurship. We're going to read about entrepreneurial approaches to addressing social causes. We're going to analyze the cultural, social, political, and technological context of social entrepreneurial work. We're going to analyze the stakeholders involved in social and entrepreneurial initiatives, including clients and customers, community organizations and leaders, legislators and policymakers, and more. We're also going to talk about the challenges of engaging in social entrepreneurship, along with analyzing the impact and implications of the larger global trend towards social entrepreneurship. And we'll end class by thinking about what the future might look like. In this video, I want to provide a brief introduction to me and an overview of how we're going to be spending the next couple weeks together. I'm DeVoss. I'm a professor at Michigan State University. I teach undergraduate and graduate classes in MSU's Public and Professional Writing undergrad program and our Rhetoric and Writing graduate program. I've also taught for NYU and for the University of Louisville. Spring semesters, I teach CAS AL 114, Creativity for Entrepreneurial Context, which is one of the two core courses required in the university minor in entrepreneurship and innovation. And I'll talk a bit more about MSU's ecosystem of entrepreneurship during our first week of class, so in the next class video. I have two cats who I consider to be our unofficial class TAs. Password is Taco and Bravo Charlie. Thankfully, they're TAs only in name and not in responsibility because they're both idiots. My research and the last few books I've published focus on two key areas. First, digital writing and media production. And second, intellectual property issues in digital spaces. I'm also just getting started on a book about justice entrepreneurship, or how people can leverage entrepreneurial approaches specifically to engage social justice and social transformation. I used to run the Creativity Exploratory in the College of Arts and Letters, which was a creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurial lab. We had brainstorming rooms and tools, a media lab, a makerspace where we had a laser cutter, plotter printer, digital sewing machine, and more. Student groups regularly met in the space, and we held workshops on topics like audio recording and production, zine making, cooking, culture, language, and creativity, and we regularly brought in guest speakers and creatives. To focus in on class in the next 7 weeks we'll spend together, we're going to have a specific focus for each week of our class. The first week of class, we're going to hone in on what social entrepreneurship means, what it is. The second week of class, we're going to broaden that to consider cultural entrepreneurship and the larger cultural and global context of this work. Week 3, we're going to talk about the technological context of social entrepreneurship and how tools and technologies and spaces and places have changed social entrepreneurial work. During week 4, we'll talk about some of the key players and stakeholders involved in social entrepreneurial initiatives. Week 5, we'll talk about some of the challenges we face when we're approaching entrepreneurial projects, activities, and initiatives. Week 6, we'll explore the impacts and implications or the results of social entrepreneurial work. And for our last week of class, we're going to focus in on what the future of social entrepreneurship might look like. Each week will be set up on D2L the same way. There'll be an overview video, which you can watch on YouTube or on D2L, and there will be a text-only transcript for each video. There will be weekly readings, usually 2 or 3. There will be a case for each week, many of which are MSU examples of social entrepreneurial work. And there will be at least one creative spark each week. All of our class materials will be linked from D2L. When you head to D2L, you should now see IAH 241E on your list of courses. If you don't, email me right away. If we head into the content area of our class site and into the first folder, you'll find the class syllabus. I would encourage you, read it right away, note project due dates in your planner or set alerts on your phone, and then this course overview video is also available here in this folder. The next folder will contain the 4 assignments for the 4 major class projects, and there will also be drop boxes here to upload your work in this folder. So far you can see our first project is posted here, but again, all 4 and drop boxes for each will be posted here. The next folder provides some information about PackBack, including an overview video about how we're going to use PackBack for class and links to set up your account and then to get to PackBack to post regularly for class. And you'll also see folders for each of our 7 weeks of class. And each folder is set up roughly the same way. Each week, there will be a brief overview video. I try to keep them 15 to 20 minutes at the most, where I introduce that week's topic or focus and offer a mini lecture with some examples. And then you'll find the week's readings, cases, and sparks. If you have any questions about or any troubles accessing any of the D2L materials, email or text me. There are 5 assignments for class this semester, all of which are mentioned on the syllabus and will be described with detail and examples and more on D2L. The first will be on PackBack, and I've posted, if you haven't watched it already, an intro and overview to how we're going to use PackBack for class on D2L, and PackBack is also linked from D2L. Each week, you'll post one question and respond to a question that someone else has posted. The other 4 assignments are projects. For each, we're going to be doing some looking, doing, watching, listening, and exploring, and then we're going to do some inventing, creating, innovating, and writing around social entrepreneurship. 3 of the projects are individual, and 1 is collaborative, and you'll work with 4 or 5 other people from class. I want everyone to leave this class with a deep, rich understanding of social entrepreneurship and with a set of creativity and innovation tools that you can take and apply to other aspects of your lives, other problems, questions, and issues you'll address in your personal, civic, intellectual, and professional work. Throughout the class, I'm going to emphasize communication. You can have the most creative, innovative idea in the world, but if you can't communicate it effectively to others or implement it in the world, that good idea isn't going anywhere. I think creativity, communication, and social entrepreneurship go hand in hand. So along with the creativity and innovation tools you'll leave class with, you should leave with enhanced abilities to communicate your ideas in different media, with words, with images, with sounds, and other ways of making meaning. So in class, we're going to create web pages, slideshow presentations, and work with other types of media. That said, you don't have to have a ton of technology skills to succeed in this class. For our assignments, I'll introduce some example tools, share some resources, and provide access to materials to work on the projects. You must have access to D2L, YouTube, and PackBack for class. You also need to have a stable, high-speed internet connection. You'll probably need a camera and a microphone. Your phone will probably work fine for that. As we get started with class, I have one really important piece of advice. Y'all are probably pros at this point in time with taking online classes, given the context we've been in the last year and a half. I would encourage you, and hopefully this is a habit you've already formed, to approach this class as you would a face-to-face, in a classroom class. What I mean by this is that you should set aside some class time every week. Put it on your planner, your scheduler, on your phone, wherever. Use that time to work on the readings, reading responses, and class projects. For instance, on my planner, I've crossed off 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Mondays and Thursdays, and then noon to 5 on Sundays specifically to work on this class. You might need a little less time, you might need a little bit more time, but the more important thing is protecting time each week to devote to class. Keeping a schedule, protecting your time, and staying on top of classwork is crucial to succeed in a fast-paced 7-week online course. I'll be keeping in touch with y'all regularly on email and by video and over D2L. Know that you can always email or text me anytime you have questions, and I'm always happy to set up a time to meet on Zoom or Teams or elsewhere, whatever is convenient for you. Welcome to IAH 241E.